How's it going, shoppers? Today we're going to be talking about 10 things I wish I knew before I became an Instacart shopper. I've been doing this for about 2 years now, and I've learned a thing or two. And yes, there are people that have been doing this longer than myself, but I still think that we have some pretty good information to go over in this video. We're actually about to hit the Costco drop, so I'll get back to you guys after that. All right, so this morning we got 26 and we're doing a 40 right now. This is that 40. We got a bunch of water. And we got a bunch of chicken in the back. All right, so the very first thing I wish I knew before I became an Instacart shopper is that the pay system is not straightforward. There's no like actual base pay like DoorDash, and I have an entire video covering this, but basically these are some of the orders that you might see, and this is how the pay fluctuates. This is exactly why there's $7 orders, even though there's 5 miles involved. They don't always pay the miles on top of the $7, and also the heavy pay can sometimes be snuck into that $7 minimum. And just like what I said, $7 isn't the base pay, that's just the minimum payout. So sometimes Instacart will give you an order like this for $7. Also, number 2, if you guys are trying to contact support as fast as possible, this is what you guys do. So if you're not in an order, click the bottom right corner and click the little thing on the top right. It's like some headphones. Keep clicking it. No, that does not answer my question, and don't answer any of the real things. It'll basically just take you to a forum and try and avoid actually giving you an agent. Sometimes it'll even give you the option to call. But yeah, just keep clicking. No, that doesn't answer my question. And eventually they'll give you this box, which allows you to actually talk to an agent. So number 3, there are due times for Instacart. If you guys go to batch details, you guys will see the due time. If the due time's really late and it's a single, you're more likely to get an add-on on an order like that versus an order that's due really soon, or at least that's what I've noticed. Number 4, if you guys cancel a batch after checking out, you guys will temporarily be deactivated for 24 hours while they review the situation. The only reason they do this is because some people would do this on purpose so that they could keep all the items and not actually have to deliver it. A lot of people are using this to cheat the system, and they're keeping really expensive grocery hauls all for themselves, so Instacart has to look into it. All right, so number 5, if you guys aren't weighing your produce and your meat correctly, you guys could be losing out on money. For adjustable tips, if you guys go under the requested weight, the total payout of the customer will be lower, so your tip will also be lower. So make sure that you guys are trying to find meat that is as close to the customer's requested weight as possible to keep your tip. All right, so I'm gonna go deliver these and then we'll go over the next 5. All right guys, so we just dropped that one off. We're at $67, but let's get into point number 6. So as soon as you guys start an order, please check the batch details. In the batch details, sometimes you guys will see things that will make you need to like cancel the order, such as an incorrect address that they pointed out, or they'll say please do not deliver before 5 p.m. and say it's like 2 p.m. and you're starting the batch. Then at least you know that you're dealing with a potential problem before you finish the entire order. Sometimes they'll also put instructions for the actual grocery order in the delivery note, which makes no sense, but it is really important. Sometimes they'll tell you things like please do not replace anything in those notes, and you would never know until delivering. So check batch details immediately. And that's also where you guys see the due time. All right, hand me versus leave at door. So I've actually placed an Instacart order myself, and I was greeted with these 2 options. Leave at door means that I am responsible if something is stolen. If I choose hand me and then they just leave it at my door and don't actually try and contact me, then technically Instacart's responsible for the theft. So that's why a lot of people do hand me, just because they don't want the responsibility, and sometimes they won't even be home. They just don't want to be responsible for any grocery theft at all, which kind of sucks for the shopper because technically we're supposed to return those orders, which leads to us missing out on a lot of money if it was a nice tip. All right, number 8, make sure you guys keep receipts. I have a little binder that goes by month for all the receipts. You really should be keeping these for at least 2 months, because sometimes if you take a picture of a receipt or they somehow lose the file, they will need to see that receipt again, and it could actually lead to deactivation if you guys don't have the receipt. Usually if there's a problem, it's going to happen pretty fast though, within the week. All right, number 9 is do not ask for bumps specifically when you're talking to an agent. This is a word that they look out for, and if you abuse bumps, they will deactivate you, even if it's deserved. So here's a few reasons that you may qualify for actually receiving a bump. A, you returned an order that was not deliverable, and B, you waited at a customer's house for at least 15 minutes before delivering. Those are 2 things that Instacart will give you a bump for. But whenever you talk to an agent, do not use that word. Just tell them that you waited for 15 minutes or tell them that you returned an order. That is a safer way to do things. All right, and for number 10, this is really important, especially for you Costco people out there. You guys can get rid of a customer on a multi-batch order. So say you blind swipe an order and you realize that one of the customers is 30 miles away and the other one's right next to the store. You want to keep the customer that's closer, then you can have a support agent remove the other person. You have to be careful, you shouldn't abuse this, but the agent will ask for a reason on why you want to drop one of the customers, and just be careful, give them the exact name and the order, like if it's A or B, because sometimes agents will actually just cancel the entire order, so you have to be careful and explain yourself very well. But usually I give them a reason like it wouldn't fit in my car or the mileage was too high, because they will ask you why. All right, so those are 10 things I wish I knew before I became an Instacart shopper. If you guys found this video helpful, smash that like button and consider subscribing for more content like this.